Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I am going to be showing you how to make this beautiful flower hair bow today. This is translated from a Portuguese video that I watched, and when I went to go translate the title, it literally just translated to hair bow. So I think we're going to call this the blooming flower because it looks like little flower petals. So what you are going to need for this bow, and I am going to include the optional rhinestone mesh in the center, you are going to need 4 pieces of 4-inch ribbon. You are going to need 2 pieces of 3.5-inch ribbon. You are going to need 1 piece of 12.5-inch ribbon. These are all in the 1.5-inch grosgrain width. You are going to need some straight pins. You are going to need a lighter and scissors. Very helpful for the longer piece is a salon clip. You are going to need needle and thread and your glue gun. And if you're going to embellish the center like I did, you are going to need a piece of rhinestone mesh, as well as the clip of your choice, and a piece of 3/8-inch ribbon to wrap the center. To start, we are going to take one of the 3.5-inch pieces. We're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to want to fold it in half again. And taking your lighter, you're going to just heat seal the very tip. You want it creased just at the very tip right there. And I will show you why in a minute. Now, holding that together, you're going to take one of your 4-inch pieces. Yeah, it was this way, sorry. You're going to start from the back and see where that line you made? You're going to want to butt that up against it. Then you're going to take the top, fold it down just underneath of that loop up at the top, and then bring it around to the front of that piece. You want to make sure everything is nice and straight, but this is what it's going to look like. Come around, grab a straight pin, and you're going to want to pin this just to keep it together. Grab another piece and do the same thing. So line it up on the back, bend it down, and then over the front. Straight pin, just one. 4 of them want to come out at the same time. Missed a little spot heat sealing. And pin that just like that. So once all the 3 pieces are together, this is what you're going to end up with. I will show you really quick on this piece again, and then we can just sew. could do that upside down, sorry. Alright, now we have both pieces pinned and ready to sew. Now the number of stitches you make is very important. You start at the bottom, go front to back. You're going to want to make sure that with your stitches you're catching every layer. Oh, I have a little bit of fraying there and there. So on the first petal, this is the amount of stitches you should be putting in. And then bring it up to the second one. Again, making sure to catch every layer as you sew. And that's what the stitches should pretty much look like. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can sew up this petal and then glue them together. This one's a little floppy, so we're going to take an extra stitch. You can sew it up and then glue each piece together, or you can put it off to the side and work on the other petal, sewing it up in the same way you did that one. Okay. Sometimes you make mistakes, it's fine, just go back, and if you don't pull the needle completely through, you can pull it out and redo your stitching. It's not coming out for whatever reason. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Nope. Sometimes the pins in it make it a little hard to sew. As you're not able to manipulate the ribbon this way. And now that you have both sewn, you can pull this together. I find it does help if you lay it out. The extra stitch there does seem to help too with securing it. So just place that extra stitch when you're done sewing up a petal. You're going to want to take one entire stitch throughout the whole flower here. Just to give it a little bit of extra stability. And then I just sew through the two bottom petals towards the very end, because you do still want them to spread out. And it's a little tricky to only catch the outside edge, but wrap your needle around a couple of times, wrap your thread around your needle a couple of times, and pull. That is the top portion of the bow. Clip off. I'm going to quick knot my thread. And now we're going to work on the base. So you're just going to take it, wrap it around. It's a little tricky at first to get the right amount of loops, because this is what you want it to look like. And somehow this is not working out. I don't normally make bows like this. Hold on, I'll be right back.
A few moments later.
Sorry, trying to film around the tripod, I was having a little bit of difficulty seeing what I was doing. But this is what you're going to want to end up with. Let me quick put a pin in it so I can turn it around. And this measures without the tails to 3 3/4 inches long. Once you have this particular shape, I'll show you really quick, that's pretty much just how you do it. Once you have this particular shape, you are going to want to fold it in half. Yes, I said fold it in half. And you're going to want to find the center. You want to pinch for a light crease, nothing too heavy, but you are going to want that line there so you can sew straight up the middle. If you are confident in your ability to sew with that big salon clip, I would say go right ahead. I am not. I have trouble with it, so we are going to hope and pray for the best outcome as we sew up this base bow. The amount of stitches here isn't too important, because you are just going to be using this as a base bow. Nobody's really going to see it. And I wrap the thread around once. Pull tight to cinch. Make sure if you're doing it like this that you have a finger on either side of the thread, but you are not actively holding the thread down. Wrap the center a couple of times. knot off your thread. As usual, I run it underneath of the thread on the back. Wrap my thread around my needle a couple times. And then pull. Alright, and this is what you are left with. I'm going to come around and we're going to clip the tails, but we're going to do it in a slightly different way than a straight V cut. We're going to kind of arch it. So, like that. And remember to heat seal it. We're going to come back around here and do the same thing. Alright, let's get the trash off. Bring in the pieces we need to finish it off. You are going to want to attach your clip first. I know most people don't, but I find this so much easier to attach the clip when it is a flat surface. So, attach the clip and just hold it for a couple of minutes, or a couple of seconds, sorry, just to make sure that it adheres fully. And then I like to start my center wrap before I put the top on, and that is just putting the center wrap ribbon inside the clip. And then I'll add some glue like that. And we're going to put the top onto the base. Make sure again you press down so that everything adheres properly. You don't want this coming off while your little one is wearing it. And then I wrap the center wrap around like that. Make sure to pull out the petals as you're wrapping. And I pull pretty tight. I want a nice tight wrap. If you're going to be using this just with the ribbon as the center wrap, you can go over it again if you want. But I am not. Bring it in. Drop a little bit of glue inside. And close the clip to let it attach. And while that's happening, I'm going to clip off the excess. Sorry if I sound a little froggy today. I'm slightly under the weather, so I'm trying to do this in a timely fashion. And then I just go and I flip the bottom ends of the petal so it forms a cup shape. Like that. Now you can leave it as is. I, however, am not, because I'm going to make these as a matching pigtail set. So as you can see, I put rhinestone mesh on this one. I'm going to do the same for this one. And the way I do rhinestone mesh is I'll run a little bit of glue in the beginning and I start right up by the clip. You want to make sure that sticks. And I usually tend to keep a finger there while I wrap. Don't worry, we'll reshape this. It gets smushed a little. And then a little dollop of glue on each of the circles. Again, hold it for a minute just to make sure it adheres. Clip off the excess and come back and just reshape. You can stiffen these lightly if you would like them to be a little less in danger of misshapenness, but I did not do that with this. But here you go. You have a blooming flower hair bow. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though I'm kind of foggy and under the weather. I will be putting up a poll on my Instagram in the next couple of weeks to pick a color for a surprise bow. There'll be some color palettes there. So when I post it, make sure to check the Instagram and vote on the color palette that you like the best. If you liked this video, please click the like button and share. It really helps with the algorithm and helps me get noticed. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, the button is somewhere around there. Normally my content is a little less fog-brained. I promise it does get better. So if you are not subscribed, please click it. Also, make sure to click the bell icon next to it and set your notifications to all so you are notified every time I upload a new video. If you have questions, comments, or bow requests, please leave those in the comment section. Any supplies I use that I can link will be in the description box. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you again next time. Bye.